everybody and welcome to Cinema Cinema Cinema。 今週もハリウッドのホットな最新情報をたっぷりお届けします。 OK, here we go。 今週の1本目はイタリアの巨匠フランコ・ゼフィレッリの最新作。エキセントリックなおばさまたちが少年をジェントルマンに育て上げます。 Tea with ムッソリーニ。続いてはメイドインオーストラリアのファミリーコメディ。我が家を取られてなるものか、ある家族の戦いの物語、キャッスル。そしてロケーションリポートのコーナーには航空管制官同士のトップ争いを描く危ないコメディが登場。出演はジョン・キューザクとビリー・ボブ・ソーントン。プッシング・ティーン。トップ10フィルムのカウントダウンももちろんあります。今週も最後まで目が離せないシネマシネマシネマ。
This week's preview。 まずの登場は A historical comedy Tea with Mussolini。
Don't I remember that particularly ostentatious vehicle?
The American collectors are back in Italy.
Where's my damn Picasso? Buy it back. Offer them more money.
Why shouldn't Mussolini have an empire? All the best people in Europe have empires.
Drink up because the champagne's on me.
I bathe in the stuff to celebrate her departure.
Why, Hester, I didn't see you there.
第二次世界大戦前夜のイタリアはフィレンツェ。一人のイタリアンボーイが一風変わったおばさま方の教育を受けていました。目指すは完璧なジェントルマン。
Scorpione? Why? Because they bite. Not me, they try, but no more. Luca?
I stay here with you.
We're all taking care of him.
Tuesday, who's free Tuesday?
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I'll show you something you'll never forget. Florence isn't just shiny cars and ice cream.
Such a handsome man. Are you American?
It's way past tea time.
There is no more tea.
Hell, the world's come to an end.
キャストにはハリウッドもおののくベテラン女優が勢ぞろい。シェア、リリー・トムリン、マギー・スミス and ジュディ・デンチ。そして監督はフランコ・ゼフィレッリ。
Are all American women as exciting as you?
Alas, no.
You go on about one of God's creatures, and all the time you let these wonderful frescoes fall to pieces.
In Italy now, I am the enemy.
We have to go. I'm sorry. Am I holding up the war?
Come on, gals, we don't need to fight. We've got to live together. That means behaving like gentlemen. Speak for yourself.
If you'll please go to the waiting transport, we really must get moving.
Do be quiet, Major, whoever you are. The Germans and the Italians couldn't get rid of us. There is absolutely no reason why we should surrender to the Scots.
お次は注目のインディペンデントフィルム The Next Preview。 オーストラリアで生まれたファミリーコメディがハリウッドに上陸。キャッスル。
My name is Dale Kerrigan, and this is my story. I have two brothers and a sister.
But I'm not having kids until I'm at least 23.
Times have changed.
Dad is the backbone of our family. He made our pool table.
Beautiful.
If Dad is the backbone, Mum is the other bones.
What do you call this?
Chicken, pork.
Who ordered medium rare?
Now, why would you want to go out to a restaurant when this keeps coming up night after night?
Dad calls it his castle.
This is my backyard.
Is that the runway there?
Yeah. Sometimes you think they're going to land right on top of you. I reckon we're the luckiest family in the world.
飛行場の拡張でケリガン一家に立ち退き命令が下ります。
This is a compulsory acquisition.
Our bloody government's trying to take my house.
This is a multi-billion-dollar project.
And they're going to take our place and we don't get a say in it.
You will be compensated.
You can't buy what I've got.
しかしたとえ裁判所の命令でも一家は断固立ち退きを拒否。
What's this Dennis Denuto like?
Oh, he's a lawyer.
It's justice, it's law, it's the vibe.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Now that is a head of hair. But it's not a house, it's a home.
Take the offer and shut up. I think you've got a case.
How much further can we take it?
Shall we?
Time for some fun.
In the High Court today,
Case of Daryl versus
they
Goliath.
didn't expect the fight. Well, they got one.
How long to get stuffed?
Just keep our cool. We don't want to do anything stupid.
And now it's time for location Report. Let's go on location with an exciting comedy, Pushington.
Continental 962 Heavy, turn left heading 140. 19-4000, expect to follow company traffic at 12 o'clock. Welcome to my sky.
You okay?
Yeah, I just got, work stuff.
Do you want to talk about it?
We just did.
乗客の命を預かっている航空管制官の物語。
Pushing 10.
Pushing tin.
Right, pushing tin.
The title of the film, Pushing Tin, refers to a phrase that the air traffic controllers use to describe their job.
Job can be a bit stressful.
I think it is situational humour, and you see people in these sort of extraordinarily suburban situations, but they're heightened to such a frenetic extent, so it's quite madcap at times.
United 3451, turn left heading 060, expedite.
I think it's good you're taking a little time off.
ジョン・キューザック扮する主人公のニック。彼は混乱を極めるニューヨークのエアポートでも実力ナンバーワンの管制官。
He's kind of an alpha male. He's this very talented air traffic controller. They're going to have to build planes faster to keep me interested, Leo.
I'll be damned.
I think that people can certainly relate to getting a lot of stress in the workplace, feeling like there's no end to it. Because everybody has those problems, I would imagine, to some level or another. Nicks are just more acute.
Tell me something, Mr. Falzone. Are there people who find you charming?
Well, they pretend because I try so hard.
しかし強力なライバルがやってきたことでニックの天下に陰りが見え始めます。そのライバルの名前はラッセル・ベル played by Billy Bob Thornton.
Well, I play a guy named Russell Bell who's just sort of come in as a mysterious stranger. It's a very male competition thing, and I think a lot of the humor comes from the differences in the two.
First person to drop the match pays the tip.
And I think the competition really is from Nick's side.
Game's over, guys. Come on.
Russell really just wants to tell Nick, you don't have to compete.
Do you play sports, Russell?
I used to bowl when I was an alcoholic. John Cusack's character can't really handle that.
Did it help?
Because he's been the top dog there until I got there.
I'm personally going to see to it that you go down in flames. Oh, you kissed my... Negative, United. That was not to you, not to you.
ブチ切れる寸前のニックを支える奥さんのコニー。演じるのはエリザベスでアカデミー賞候補に上がったケイト・ブランシェット。
I suppose being married to someone as nutso as John Cusack, that's a really exciting opportunity. But I suppose I loved her sense of trust and openness in such a mad, frenetic, spiraling downwards sort of world.
Hey, Mark.
飛行機ではなく役者をコントロールするのはイギリスの監督マイク・ニューウォール。彼が以前に手掛けたコメディ「フォーウェディング」は日本でも大ヒットしました。
I loved the idea of people who are so partly obsessed but partly terrified by the job that they do, that they have to find all sorts of escape routes from the true facts of what they do.
This is the same guy. I also heard he's kind of crazy. He supposedly stood on a runway and let a 747 fly right over his head.
Do you believe that?
ラッセルの奥さんに扮するのはアメリカで人気急上昇のアンジェリーナ・ジョリー。ナイスバディの彼女は夫とは違った意味でニックの悩みの種。
I think Mary hates Nick at first.
I'm Connie Falzone. Have you met my husband, Nick?
No.
Let's try that again. I'm Nick Falzone.
Here he is.
I'll be here all week. Nice to meet you.
Because he's everything that she's not used to, and that he's not centered and decent and quiet, and he's really in her face. And so in the end, when she's at her most vulnerable, he breaks through and sees her for who she is, and that softens her.
What you set out to do is to make this weird platoon, which is both real and at the same time has this ability to spiral off into this extraordinary kind of comic logic, which is what the script does. It leads you from the real into this wildness.
I think it's about relationships and about people dealing with their jobs and everyday life and trying to remain in control of everything and losing control and living on impulse and making mistakes. Regretting.
Grazie, prego, Dagashi. We're here all week.
さあ 続いては全米トップ10フィルムのカウントダウン。今週は2本のニューフェイスがランクイン。
Nature and truth are the very enemies of play acting. I'll wager my fortune.
I thought you were here because you had none.
This week's number 10 恋に落ちたシェイクスピア。日本で大ヒット中のこの作品、アメリカでも根強い人気でまたもやトップ10復帰を果たしました。 Starring two Oscar winners, Gwyneth Paltrow and Judi Dench.
Can a play show us the very truth and nature of love? I bear witness to the wager and will be the judge of it as occasion arises. I've seen nothing to settle it yet. Are there no more fireworks? They would be soothing after the excitements of Lady Viola's audience. Have her then, but you're a lordly fool. She's been plucked since I saw her last, and not by you. It takes a woman to know it.
I 続いて9位もトップ10圏外からのカムバック。ロバート・アルトマン監督の殺人ミステリークッキーズ・フォーチュン。ある未亡人が殺されたことから熾烈な遺産争奪戦がスタートします。事件を捜査する新米ポリスマンにクリス・オドネル。
Jason to Wanda. Go ahead, Jason. I got a B&E over here at the crime house. I'm a 1023 requesting a 1034. 1023 for 1034. I got two 1082 JI, a possible 1030. Could you just ask Billy to come on down here, please?
You know, just because you're beautiful, that doesn't mean that you can treat people like they don't matter.
Slipping 2 spots to number 8 is 10 Things I Hate About You. 今アメリカでは青春映画が大流行。おかげでトータルボックスオフィスは3200万ドルをマークしました。モテモテ女子高生のビアンカ。でも彼女にも悩みがあるのです。
I am the only girl in school who's not dating.
Oh, no, you're not. Your sister doesn't date.
And I don't intend to.
And why is that again?
Have you seen the unwashed miscreants that go to that school? Where did you come from? Planet Loser? As opposed to Planet, look at me, look at me.
Okay, here's how we solve this one. Old rule out. New rule. Bianca can date. When she does.
But she's a mutant. What if she never dates?
Then you'll never date. Oh, I like that. And I'll get to sleep at night. The deep slumber of a father whose daughters aren't out being impregnated. We'll talk about Sarah Lawrence later.
Fine. Oh, wait, Daddy!
Gotta go.
Can't you just find some blind deaf retard to take you to the movie so I can have one date?
7位は先週より2ランクダウン。ベテランロバート・デ・ニーロ主演のコメディアナライズ・ディス。トータルボックスオフィスはついに1億ドルを超えました。極度のストレスに苦しむギャングのボス。でも立場上おいそれと弱みを見せるわけにはいきません。
Like a head doctor, like a psychiatrist.
Wow, this is like one of them psychic ESPN things, you know? I just run into a psychiatrist. Well, actually, he ran into me.
Was he any good?
Yeah, he seemed like a smart guy. He had a business card and everything.
A business card? Wow, that's a real achievement.
Yeah, but look at me to shrink for anyways.
It's not for me, it's for my friend. My friend's having some problems. I'm gonna ask the shrink some questions to get some answers for my friend. And nobody can know. God forbid somebody hears that I've been talking to a shrink. That's all I would need. You know, it could be interpreted in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
No one will ever know. Could I just ask one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
This friend, is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Falling Down from 4 to 6、ドリュー・バリモア主演の25年目のキス。ドリュー扮するルポライターが高校生に変装して潜入取材。ところが先生と恋に落ちてしまいます。Her teacher is played by Michael Barton.
Is the seat taken?
Thank you. Thank you.
Whoa. Well, I'll tell you something here. I hope this doesn't undermine my position as an authority figure, but I'm a little afraid of heights.
You're afraid of the Ferris wheel.
Well, actually, it's the plunging headfirst into the crowd part that kind of gets me.
Well, I bet if you had your Gordie Howe helmet on, you'd feel better.
Hey, you remember that story?
I remember everything that you say in your classroom.
If the buckets are rocking, don't they come in and knock it? Yeah! Yeah!
Boys, I'd like to tell you that we all grow out of it. It's a lie. Some of us will always be rattling cages.
Why do you do that?
Well, all I can tell you is that when you're my age, guys will be lined up around the block for you.
You have to say that because you're my teacher.
Actually, I shouldn't say that because I'm your teacher.
Oh.
Some people say I'm an overachiever, but I think they're just jealous.
初のトップ10入りを果たしたのはハイスクールコメディエレクション。カラー・オブ・ハートのリーズ・ウィザースプーンが自信満々で生徒会長に立候補するお騒がせ学生を演じます。会長選挙の司会を務めるのはマシュー・ブロデリック扮する生徒指導の先生。
The next candidate for student body president is Paul Metzler.
I just don't think somebody would do something like that on purpose.
I think you did it.
And if you want to keep questioning me like this, I won't continue without my attorney present. I do not often speak with you and ask for things. But now I really must insist that you help me win the election tomorrow, because I deserve it and Paul Metzler doesn't, as you well know. She's not qualified.
We can't both run, can we? I mean, we're brother and sister. Can we?
Tracy and I are totally in love. In love?
Yeah.
So is this a moral situation or an ethical situation?
When I win the presidency, that means you and I are going to be spending a lot of time together. Cast your vote for Tracy Flick next week. You won't just be voting for me. You'll be voting for yourself.
Who knew how high she would climb in life? I had to stop her.
Excuse me! Will you please be quiet?
Now.
Order! Order! Oh! Hey, what happened to your eye?
What happened to your eye? Are you okay, Mr. McAllister?
I'm fine.
Life? What the hell you mean? Like, hell no, I ain't doing no life. I'm going back to myself. It's a mistrial.
Down from 3 to 4 is a prison comedy Life。やってもいない殺人の罪で終身刑を言い渡された2人。何度も脱走を繰り返すのですが成功しないまま60年の月日が過ぎてしまいます。だけど2人は never give up。
I told you what my plan was. You gonna tell me what your plan is? What you working on? One of y'all wanna help me drive my back? We gotta get out of here.
You call this a map? Don't tell me you don't know where we're going.
You have to let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your mind.
3位は先週よりワンランクダウンサイファイアクション「マトリックス」。キアヌ・リーブス、ローレンス・フィッシュマン、キャリー・アン・モスの3人が人類を支配するスーパーコンピューターに挑みます。プログラム内部に潜入した彼ら、今やできないことはありません。
I give you the world's tallest building and home of the International Clearance Bank. Do I have your attention now?
Undivided.
Tumbling from the top is a crime action entrapment。ショーン・コネリー扮する美術品専門の大泥棒。そんな彼のもとにキャサリン・ゼタ・ジョーンズが美味しい話を持ってきます。でも彼女は保険調査員。なんだか裏がありそうね。
to lure him, to entrap him, she does have to use a form of manipulation in the way that she presents him with ideas of stealing a wonderful piece of Oriental art, you know, of a dynasty that's very, very reputable, and he wants, it's like having a carrot in front of a donkey, you know, and she does this with him, and she knows how to do it. She's planned all this, you know. This is nothing that just kind of springs up overnight, and so she lures it, but she also lures him with her femininity as well.
Did you find what you were looking for?
God, you scared me.
Oh, you know what they say about fear. The only remedy is to cut off the head.
Oh, really?
Beautiful view, isn't it? It helps me to see things more clearly. You know, I never come up here without dropping something off.
Go ahead, then.
We'll leave in 2 hours.
お待たせしました。全米トップ10カウントダウン、いよいよナンバー1の発表です。
We are in serious trouble.
初登場で1位に輝いたのはハムナプトラ、失われた砂漠の都。オープニングボックスオフィスは4300万ドルをマークしました。ドラキュラ、フランケンシュタインに並ぶホラーの王道、ミイラ映画の復活。ただし90年代バージョンは一味も二味も違います。
First of all, it harkens back to the mummy movies of Universal Films. Lore, the situations are similar, but we've most importantly, I think we've been able to embellish and extrapolate the best parts of what made the mummy film so delightfully spooky.
以上が今週のトップ10でした。では小田さん、エンディングをどうぞ。
はい、ソフィー・マルソーがコメディに挑戦した「Lost and Found」でも山寺さん、彼女ずいぶんスレンダーになりましたね。
そうですね、胸元のあたりがちょっと涼しげ、ちょっとあれが惜しいですね、ちょっとね。
細くて綺麗でいいじゃん。
まあ女性はそう言うと思いますけどね、違うんですねこれが。
そうかな。
例えばね、お腹が空いてて今日のおやつもいつもの肉まんかなと思ってると、今日はお隣からところてんいただいたのなんてね、ところてんが出てきちゃったりして、いやところてんも美味しいんです、美味しいんですよ。でもこうつつらっと食べちゃったとね、でもやっぱり肉まん良かったかななんてねことを思いつつ、一人佇む春の夕暮れ。
なんかよくわかりませんけど、今日はこの辺でお別れです。See you again on Cinema Cinema Cinema。
あんまんでもいいんですけどね。カレーマンもいいや。ピザマンはどうもな。